Capricorn, welcome to your past, present, future reading for the week of August 11th through the 17th. This is Empowered World Tarot. We are a new channel. My name is Holly Christine. Let's get into it. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Capricorn's reading for whatever they need to know for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel free to reverse or exchange the energies out as necessary. And let's see what's going on. We're going to lay out about a 10-card baseline. We'll clarify everything. We'll pull some advice cards at the end, as well as an oracle. All right, what's going on? We wait for the flyers. Spirit's putting the cards in order for you. There it is. Starting out with the Page of Swords in the recent past, followed by the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. In the current energies, we have the Queen of Cups. At the heart of your reading, the King of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Very nice. In the immediate future, oh, my favorite 2 of Cups. So beautiful. Look, she's tugging on his heart through his rib cage, and he is pouring her emotions, the water. He's pouring his emotions into her. Look at their heart eyes and their skulls. So sweet. all of the cards have whatever their suit is. So the cups, they all have heart eyes, and the swords, they all have spades for their eyes. I love this deck. Okay. So your next card in the immediate future is the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, the overall energy for your reading, the Emperor. Actually, that's not the 9 of Cups. It's a 6, which looks like a 9 upside down. 6 of Cups. So that's what that is. So in the immediate future, we have the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. The overall energy, the Emperor. And what brings us here to this specific reading today, the 3 of Wands. Waiting. In waiting mode, anticipating. All right, let's talk about this baseline, and then we can figure out more of what's going on with the clarifiers. So the Emperor in the overall energy, this is the chief strategist. If anybody can get the job done, it's the Emperor. He is in control. He or she, sex on the card doesn't matter. The archetype is that of somebody in control, and very balanced energies, as long as they're in their highest polarities. And we'll see what the clarifiers have to say. In the recent past, Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, 2 of Swords. So you're in learning mode back here. You're watching, you're observing, and you're learning by what you see so that you can get ready to take some action. But this is really hard. It's a heavy burden. It's a heavy weight that you're carrying, and you really can't see what exact decision to make or what's coming around the bend. You're just not sure. In the current energies, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. So your heart is wide open here to something. You're ready to offer your love. And then we have very determined energy to behave in a very logical type of decision-making manner. I don't know if the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords are 2 different people, or if they're both representing you. We'll find out more. But that King of Swords right at the heart of your reading is a little extra important, since it's right there at the center. And you want to make logical decisions, but with a wide open heart is what it looks like toward your happy family, your happy home, this family, the happiness of your family that means so much to you here. And in the immediate future, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. So we have a couple of soul connections here. We have our current soul connection where you guys are sharing your love currently, but there's also a soul connection from the past or somebody that you have a lot of history with showing up here. And there's a sense of doing something repetitively, working on something repetitively, having to do with this. These soul connections might already be in this family dynamic where you have, you know, an intimate partner, but you also have someone else showing up. I don't know if this is another intimate partner from the past, or is this somebody else in the family dynamic, like, you know, a child or a sibling or whatever it is. Uh, so, or a parent. I mean, it could be anyone. So let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're going to start with the Emperor and the overall energy. Chief strategist, large and in charge over here. The balance of all four kings. If anybody can get something done, the Emperor is in control. Show us the Emperor. What does Capricorn need to know about the Emperor and the overall energy? Okay. And you get an extra card here. We've got the Fool, the Five of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Okay, this is interesting because as I look around your reading, you know, we have all these characters here, and we have this happy family, which you're very concerned with here. Um, so when I say feel free to reverse or exchange out the energies as necessary, as I try to piece together, as a detective would, the clues that you're giving me for your story, um, I just see a lot of people, multiple soul connections, family members. They're showing up in the baseline as well as over here. Even the Emperor could be like, it could represent you, or it could represent like an authority figure in the family, somebody who is sort of the patriarch of the family, or the, you know, the grandmother, the grandfather, the father, the mother, the one in charge, the one who sort of rules the nest. So I just want to put that out there. We have a perfect match on the board with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups over here. So they could likely be a couple here. And at the bottom, we're always going to look at the bottom card because it's what brings us to the lineup. So we've got the Seven of Cups. You're considering different options and choices here for a fresh start, a new beginning. It's giving you a little bit of a headache, though, because there's a battle happening here, and you want to win. You want to come out on top. The battle could be with this King of Cups energy. It's a battle of the egos. It's a battle of wills going on here. Perhaps even between the Emperor and the King of Cups. You would be the Queen of Cups. It could be that your partner is over here, the King of Cups, and the Emperor might be having a problem with this King of Cups. Now, you could be all the energies. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you what energies are here, and you guys know what's going on. You'll be able to piece together or exchange the energies. I'll tell you what it feels like, but that doesn't necessarily mean that as I'm speaking about it, that it's 100% in that order, or as it comes to mind. So you'll just have to let me know in the comments But this has to do with bringing people together, the Three of Cups. This Emperor energy wants to bring people together. We want to have a fresh start. There's been some kind of fighting going on. Um, and it's almost like this Emperor energy is the mediator, maybe. Uh, so we're looking at our options and choices. How do we bring this together? How do we bring the family back together in good times, feeling good so that we can celebrate? Okay, we need a fresh start. All right, let's look at the Page of Swords in the recent past. Taking a closer look at something, learning all you can to prepare to take some action. Show us the Page of Swords, please. Oh, there we go. Okay. Uh, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and Death and Rebirth. And at the bottom, Eight of Cups. Somebody walked away. Somebody disconnected from their heart space and they said, I'm out of here. So that's what brings us to this lineup. And now you're trying to learn from the situation as you take a closer look at it. Wanting to build stability from the ground up and be successful and victorious and feel good again. Something needs to end and transform. Death and rebirth. We need, which by the way, the Judgment card was at the bottom of the baseline. I just put it off to the side and didn't say anything about it, but this is rebirth. This, even though the Death card represents endings and rebirth, this particular Judgment card in this deck, if you look at the artwork, I don't know if you have to pinch it up and look closer, but this is a family on the other side receiving someone who has passed away in the material world, and they're being reborn on the other side into their family on the other side who is receiving them. So you can see this little baby skeleton rising up from the coffin, and they're celebrating. They're happy to be back home with their family on the other side. So in other words, they're reborn, right? So I just wanted to point that out because I thought that was interesting that we have the Death and Rebirth card, and we also have that same, even though it's a different card, it's the artwork is that energy of being reborn. So that's what it looks like. Something has happened, and somebody walked away. Eight of Cups. I bet it was this King of Cups over here that walked away. That there's a fight, there's a battle of wills or battle of ego, and this Emperor wants to bring the family back together, and it looks like part of the strategy is going into this Page of Swords mode, taking a closer look to learn what can be done. Okay. So that's what I think is going on so far. But again, it's early on. It's much more confusing back here as we progress. By the time we get to these last couple cards, we should know a whole lot more and have a lot more understanding as to what's going on. Let's look at this Ten of Wands. This is a heavy burden. It's showing that things are very hard right here. Very, very hard. Carrying all the responsibility, all the weight of the world on one's shoulders. Show us the Ten of Wands. It's the ultimate culmination of hard. And we have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, the Three of Swords. And the Six of Swords. So the Queen of Wands, let's look at the bottom. The Ten of Swords, yeah. So things are really hard because there's been this ending. Somebody left for sure because we have the Six of Swords showing that somebody is moving on or in transition. There's the Queen of Wands is attraction. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. And the Six of Swords is somebody who is moving on to calmer waters. Leaving an old way of thinking and acting in the past and they're like, I'm out of here, I'm moving on. They're not where they're going to end up yet, but they've just left the old. They're like, I'm ready for something new and something better. And we're here because, again, there's been this painful ending. We saw the Eight of Cups over here, somebody leaving. Here we have the ending. Here we have somebody moving on. Three of Swords, heartbreak, Ten of Wands. It's all on the Ten of Wands. It's very, very hard. But it has to do with some kind of attraction. I don't know if this was another person that somebody became attracted to, or if we are just attracting the energy of hardship and pain. And so we got to get out of here. It's just too much. I think that's more likely what it is. I don't know if there is somebody that's having an affair or having an attraction to someone else. It could be, but I'm not convinced of that at this point. I would need more evidence. So let's move on. Let's take a look at this Two of Swords. There's something we can't see here. Something that leads us to a whole bunch of I don't know, indecision. Two of Swords. I don't know. I can't see it. I'm not sure. We're up in our heads. We're confused. There's definitely confusion here. Show us the Two of Swords, please. And we have the Two of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and Strength. And at the bottom, the Sun. We're here because we're interested in happiness. We're interested in success here, but we don't know how to get there. We had success. We had a lot of joy and happiness and bliss uh, before whatever happened. And it has to do with a soul connection. Two people that love each other, two people that come together. It's the same as the Two of Cups that we're going to be able to clarify in the future row. But there's that Two of Cups. We're holding on tight and we're calling in strength because this is not easy. Holding on tight. We don't want to let go of this person, or this person doesn't want to let go and is calling in all of the strength um, of of trying to keep our energy calm in order to deal with whatever this is that we didn't see happening, and now we're all confused. Okay. It could be an affair. I don't know, because again, in the future row with this Two of Cups and then the Six of Cups, remember I said soul connection from the past? That could be this Queen of Wands attraction. Three of Cups over here could be an affair. So it's a lot of could be's. I'm still not 100% convinced. So we are going to look out for that, for more indication of that. Doesn't have to be that, but something happened between somebody in the family and between two people in the family where one person just disconnected and is like, I'm out of here, and just walking away. So let's take a look at the Queen of Cups. She's an amazing energy. She's so loving and so nurturing and so ready to share her heart and forgive and nurture. And sometimes she just forgives too quickly because she's just ready to love and ready to nurture. And it's a beautiful energy. Show us the Queen of Cups. Two of Wands. Queen of Swords. And the Page of Swords, which we saw as the first card in the recent past on the baseline. And at the bottom, the Two of Swords, same as that pair of scissors right there. We're here because there's something we can't see. There's that brought us here, or we didn't see coming. And now we're contemplating our future. This would represent you contemplating your future, trying to pick a pathway forward, uh, and a need to set your boundaries, your requirements, rules, and limits. You're learning how to do this. Your heart is still open, even though this thing happened that was really upsetting and somebody walked away. Um, it just shows that we need to take a closer look at things and continue preparing and learning all that we can so that we can take action to move forward. And it does show that we need to set some boundaries and rules. And it's like you're learning to do that. You're learning like what requirements you are going to have to lay down uh, for your future path. In other words, you have every right to make demands here, and it's showing that you're learning how to do it. Okay. Learning how to set boundaries for your future. Okay. Let's take a look at the King of Swords energy right at the heart of your reading. It's got a little extra emphasis here because it is at the heart of your reading. The King of Swords is very determined to make the most logical decisions possible, trying not to make decisions with their heart, but more with logic. Show us the King of Swords, please. This could also, if it doesn't represent you, it could represent your person, which would be this King of Cups energy most likely. But let's see. All right. We'll find out. And if we don't find out, you guys already know what's going on. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Sun, and the King of Wands. Perfect match to the Queen of Wands right there. Trying to make choices, but they're confusing. What's at the bottom? Ugh, the Ten of Wands again. Same card right above it. We're here because of this burden. So we have to look back at that. Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, an attraction that causes heartbreak and somebody to want to move on. Making choices for one's ultimate happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the tarot. And it's the King of Wands, which I think represents your person over here, this King of Cups. And now I'm starting to think it is an affair, possibly because it looks like this energy, this King of Wands, matches this Queen of Wands. And it's part of this thing that makes this so hard. It's such a burden. They are a match. It's like they're a match to you, but they're also a match to this attraction. And this is the burden, the choice of the Sun. They think that they'll be happier over there than they were over here. Something like that. Okay. Let's take a look at the Ten of Cups. Without clarifiers, that represents the happy family, the happy home, the blessings on the homestead. Everybody feeling happy and joy who lives together as family. What do the clarifiers have to say about this Ten of Cups, please? Show us the Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness, there's the Ten of Wands again. There's only one, and we've seen it multiple times here. Spirit keeps showing us. All right. The World. There's the Ten of Swords again. We saw it at the bottom back here. It's a painful ending. Or maybe we saw it at the bottom of this one. It was one of those areas back there. The World, closing out a cycle, a painful ending, and a heavy burden here. That's a lot of ending, 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 and it's hard. And at the bottom, the Tower. It's completely destabilizing energy. Everything gets burned to the ground. Everything blows up in your face. Whatever happened with the happy family dynamic, it ended. It went out the window. And there's a painful ending and a lot of destructive energy. Happy family, not happy here at all. Is it because this King of Wands, your king, your person, male or female, whoever you're with, your perfect match, your family member, your intimate partner, looks like they made some choices, some key decisions that maybe they thought the grass was greener someplace else kind of thing. And they're causing all this heartbreak and pain and endings and burden. It's a burden to the entire family. All right. Causing all kinds of destructive energy here. Let's take a look at the Two of Cups in the immediate future. There's the relationship commitment, Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles. How do we rebuild stability after this abandonment happened? You feel completely abandoned. This is a relationship commitment. It looks like a marriage. You're showing me you want to rebuild stability, but you're also showing me you feel out in the cold. You feel forsaken. You feel forgotten about, and you feel like you're upset. You might not be enough for your soul connection anymore. At the bottom, we have the Six of Pentacles. Looking for balance, looking to get everyone on the same page again. You want to bring in balance. You want to bring in stability. You want to get out of this feeling of lack. But that's what's here. If you could rebuild stability and get out of lack and at least get to the next level, that's what you would like to do when it comes to this commitment. That's what it looks like. So I see you here trying for a new start, trying to get more stability. All I see your person did is leave, turn their back, disconnect, and possibly head towards somebody else. Let's look at this soul connection from the past, the Six of Cups. Show us the Six of Cups, please. There it is. Oh, look, we have the Six of Pentacles again. The Star. Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the Knight of Wands. So yeah, there is somebody from the past here. And they're here because they want to play, they want to have fun, they want to have a good time. They're also interested in putting themselves first and putting their own dreams and wishes first. So it's almost like they don't care that you're already committed. They see the stability being with them, stabilizing their dream, putting themselves first. They're just out for their own feel good energy. Whoever this person is, I believe this is the person your mate seems to be attracted to, and it's somebody from their past. It's somebody that they've been with before. They have some history with this person. These two people shared love before. And now this person is here showing up again. They're saying, I'm on the same page with my person and I come first and this is my wish and my dream and it feels really good and this is where I feel good with my person. We're passionate for each other, that kind of thing. All right. Now I think it's an affair. Very much so. Okay. I'm pretty convinced of it. There's a slight room for margin of error, but I don't think so. Let's take a look at this final card, the Eight of Pentacles. Working at something repeatedly, something we do over and over again. Show us the Eight of Pentacles, please. The Magician. The Seven of Swords. The Eight of Wands. Yeah. Okay. And at the bottom, the Hierophant. There's somebody here who behaves sneakily. Seven of Swords is somebody sneaking out, sneaking around. They're taking off, they're leaving, perhaps in the middle of the night, under the rays of the moon. They're doing it on the down low, they're doing it quietly, but they're on the move. They're out the door. Sneakily. In a dishonest kind of way. They're manifesting sneakiness. Eight of Wands is moving the energy forward over and over again. This seems to be happening. This is what they're in alignment with. And you're in alignment with having to deal with it over and over again. That's what's happening here. That's what it looks like. Manifesting sneaky energy and then trying to exchange out the energy to fix it. You're over here wanting to fix it, wanting to rebuild stability. And this is something that your person has done multiple times. In fact, it may not have always been with the same person. It could have been with Seven of Cups. Multiple choices of thinking the grass is greener someplace else. Thinking they'll be happier someplace else. So they keep doing it. Causing painful endings. And really disturbing the happiness of this family. Wow. All right. And you have to keep dealing with it. All right. Let's get some advice, please. So now you're just waiting for them to what? Come back? Do it again? I don't know. Let's, Spirit, how do you want to close off this message for Capricorn? Do you have advice for them? Or a final message to close this off? And then we'll pull an oracle card. Yeah, they're making very painful choices. Okay, so Santa Muerte, it's the same as the Death card. The Hanged Man. The Nine of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the Fool. Endings and transformations, gaining perspective, and being single for a new beginning. Being single, feeling overwhelmed about the whole thing. It's just too much, all that you've had to deal with. You're gaining perspective about being single, about being independent, ending something, transforming, gaining perspective, looking at things from all angles, feeling overwhelmed and single. Uh, for some kind of new beginning, new start that would make you happy, I think, on your own is what it looks like. The Fool card was over here also in the clarifiers for the Emperor for some kind of new beginning. The Emperor is you trying to strategize and figure it out. I do not think it's a different figure in the family. I think it's your energy trying to be as balanced as you can to figure out what you want to do here. We may be abandoning the idea. When I look back over here at this rebuilding stability, and then the Five of Pentacles came out next, it may just be abandoning the whole idea of this commitment and the idea of rebuilding stability here. It may be abandoning this whole thing with this soul connection, because now that we've seen the rest, it's like you're waiting to make a decision from your soul. Your own soul is here. We saw the Judgment card at the bottom. Remember, I said it's the same as the Death card, and which means the endings and the rebirth, death and rebirth up here. Remember, I spoke about it in the beginning. Watch it again. If you resonate with this, please watch it again, and you'll be able to connect the dots, because it's not until the end that I can connect the dots all the way to the beginning about what I was saying and what was at the bottom of this deck. It's a major decision from our soul. We're being called to rise up to our soul level self, the Hierophant, who is always in alignment, manifesting and ending. It's time to leave. It's time to exchange the energies out and not keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Manifesting leaving. It's time for you to leave. That's what it looks like. It's time for you to move the energy forward and get out. It's time. It's go time. Abandon this. It's sad too, guys, because it was a happy family. There was a lot of joy, but this person has caused this battle because of their indiscretions with others. So it is time for a new beginning, but it's not a new beginning like I was thinking, that you guys were going to maybe work on getting back together. I think it's you working on letting it go, ending and transforming. You're learning how to do it. You're learning how to set your boundaries, and you're like, enough. I've had enough. This is overwhelming. I've had enough. It's too much. It's time for me to be independent on my own. I'll do just fine on my own. Yeah, you will. You're gaining perspective. You're learning. You start out learning, Page of Swords, and you finish up with this advice or final message of learning. Learning to be independent, learning to go on your own, and starting over for yourself, and not dealing with this repetitive energy anymore. Moving on. This repetitive, yeah. Okay. Let's get an oracle card for you. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through all this, but man, you're really working on yourself here and trying not to put up with this anymore. Coming up with a new start for yourself. All right. This is from the Dreamweaver's Oracle. Spirit, what message do you have for Capricorn that is dealing with these energies? These awful feeling energies of somebody who has ended and broken up the family on more than one occasion. Yeah, so this wasn't about bringing the family back together. This was about people coming together, but it was your match, your partner coming together with others. Yep. All right. But you are gaining perspective and you're getting stronger on your own, independent on your own, ready to start anew from a very strong position independently. With confidence, you'll have plenty of resources. You won't have to worry about that. Yep. There it is. Thank you, Spirit. Card number 42, when you're neither here nor there. Yeah, because you're in transition. Card number 42, here is the message that Spirit wants you to have, Capricorn. The essential meaning, the period of time between what was and what you are moving toward, not quite there yet, being present for every step of the journey. Are you feeling a little lost because your goals and intentions seem so far away? You know you cannot live your old life anymore. So, with one foot still in the past and one reaching for the future, you discover you're in an in between world. This place still has flavors of your past, but it's also brightly colored by the glittering dreams of your future. You're just not there yet. This is a wondrous place to explore, for this is where you get to reconsider your past, choosing to see it as sacred and beautiful and not something to discard or run away from. If you can bless all that has brought you here right now, you'll see your time between worlds will not be long at all. Is there anything at all you need to release in this liminal space? Do you need to cut any cords to old thinking? Are any of your old stories or unfinished business niggling at you? Now is the perfect time to consider an inventory to ensure you're not bringing any old baggage forward on this journey with you. Most important, you must see how far you have come. You are an extraordinary being of light, blessed by the universe, here on purpose. Trust your dreams and desires are sacred. They matter, and in perfect form they will arise to greet you on the other side of the in-between, where you may sometimes feel you're neither here nor there. Bring yourself to this moment and make effective use of it. Bless your life. You have nothing to lose on this adventure. Yeah, you're going on a new adventure, the Fool. And it's for your own personal happiness. The Fool, the Fool. That's where you're going. You have worked on this strategy for a while and you're still on it. You're still on this path. You're in transition. You're in the middle of this ending and rebirth into your single, independent, and very abundant and confident self. You're gaining perspective all along the way for your new beginning. So this card, and that's why sometimes I have to shuffle for a while, because Spirit was finding just the right card for you, and it does support this reading. It matches perfectly. Spirit, you're amazing. I love you so much. Spirit moves the cards here, guys. Spirit is the magician. Spirit is amazing. They are witnessing you. They're working with your spirit team. They're here to support you. When you see this bird's eye perspective of the energies that you are working through and that are surrounding you and what you've been through and where you're headed, I hope you see that Spirit is here and that you really are being supported and you're being guided and you're doing a great job. And this part of your journey is so difficult and painful, what you've been through, but you are heading to a much better place. and you are gaining perspective, and you're about to be reborn into a new life for yourself, a new adventure. It's awesome. Well, Capricorn, I hope it helps. And I'm so glad you're here. Please leave your comments, share your story if you feel like it, and hit that like, hit subscribe, add your energy to the channel. And I wish you guys all the luck in the world. And I look forward to reading for you next time. Take care, Capricorn.